Okay.
And I'm about to stop record. I'm going to change this to speaker. Welcome back. Another Wednesday, Hump Day Real Estate with Kendall in the DMV. And who do we have the pleasure once again to have on with us?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As you know, Marcellus, if you want a man who get it done, who's going to be honest with you, this is your go-to guy. I can tell you his integrity cannot be compromised. And I'm DeJelle Setzer, the mortgage queen. And if you want honest financing who just don't want to get to the house, but want you to keep your house, want you to build your equity, and want you to buy other investment properties, then I'm your girl.
Hey, I appreciate you with your kind words there. And as always, you're a wealth of knowledge, so we're happy to have you on. Today, we're going to talk about something I don't think I've had anybody on here to speak on previously, but the USDA loans. What information do you have for us for that type of loan?
Okay. Well, Mr. Kendall, you know, when most people think about USDA, they're thinking about food, they're thinking about the kid lunches, they think about the farms, they're never thinking about housing. USDA stands for the United States Department of Agriculture. And believe it or not, you can buy a home. It works similar to any federal government loan, VA, FHA, but here's the difference. And some of you gotta miss this. You can get 100% financing. Not 99, not 97, 100% financing. Now there are two different types of USDA loans. The qualifications are a little bit different. So I'm going to explain the one that most people are familiar with, and that's the guaranteed loan. So the guaranteed loan comes from most banks, is backed by the USDA. Again, 100% financing. In most cases, they want your credit score to be 640, but it depends. It varies from lender to lender. You can make up to, in the state of Maryland, $184,000 and still qualify. That's huge. And still qualify for 100% financing. There is some caveat to the program. Just like the Federal Housing Administration loan, the USDA requires a 1% funding fee. And that's whether it's the guaranteed loan or the direct loan, 1%. And as mortgage insurance, it's 0.35. That stays forever for the life of the loan. Now that's one point. Now you got to remember, we're talking about two different kinds. We're talking about the guaranteed and we're talking about the direct. The direct loan works the same way, except for a couple of things are different. You can have a 33 to a 38-year mortgage. The direct loan is income contingent. So they're looking for your income to be on a lower level. The direct loan, again, is lender specific. That's usually for the direct loan because they require lower income. The credit standards are a little bit lessened, meaning that 640 credit score that's required for the guaranteed loan, on a direct loan, they're not looking for that. They're looking for a make sense loan. And what I mean by make sense is that your DTI is under 41%. They're looking to see how you paid your bills over time, what you're doing now. They're looking at your debt. They don't want your debts of your income to be over 29%. So they're looking for people with little debt who may have had a little bit of struggle, but still understand the importance of homeownership. The bad part is, Marcellus, right here in Maryland, we have Baltimore County, we have Allegheny County, we have Calvert County, we have Talbot County. This program is underutilized. Nobody is taking the time to even go on a website. So there's a website, USDA.gov, that gives a geographical map. Only thing that you need to do is put the address in. I took a look today, and I don't know if you were able to spread a chain with Pivot.com. Pivot.com, you can go there and search USDA properties. And it surprised me, they have a property right now in Baltimore County. Baltimore County, yes, Baltimore County. And it's a really, really nice property. If you go to that website, and I'm endorsing all USDA products, because with interest rates being like they are, you need as much help as you can get in any form you can get it. There are some brand new houses that are USDA inside of Maryland. So I want people to take an opportunity to realize that if it's in a rural area, and you just can't say rural because it has some parameters, it has to be under 20,000 people in population less. But you don't know because it changes. Then they outlaw that map, and that map changes every year. You literally have to go to the website and put the address of the property in. It may surprise you that some of the houses that you're looking at, if you know they got a quarter-acre land or more, the first thing I would suggest you check before you go to any other loan product is USDA. That may be the program for you. It's income, again, income, we're talking $184,000. So there's no problem with you being able to qualify for the loan. The more people you have in your house, the more you qualify. For each additional occupant, you get an additional $4,400 to add to that income. So this is a program that I can say we don't use enough. Most of the time, we don't stop to even check to see if it's USDA. And it really is a program to get a lot of people in the house, not one day, but today. Because here's the thing. Your closing costs can be rolled in to the USDA program. You can even do repairs with the USDA program. So you got two things going for you. No money out of pocket. If you see some things that you want to get fixed in the house, you can get those repair costs rolled into the loan. You can get your closing costs rolled into your loan. So what is it that would stop you from being a homeowner and using this program? Nothing.
So can I ask you something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So VA loan, how comparable is the VA loan to the USDA in your opinion of what?
Well, VA loans, depending on what type of veteran, if you're a disabled veteran, then you don't pay a funding fee. But if you're a regular veteran, nothing is wrong with you, then you pay a funding fee. So they are quite comparable. The only difference between the two loans is that USDA is region Pacific. And here's the thing that's also different. There's no cap on pricing for USDA loan. There's not a cap. So it can be $1 million USDA loan. It can. So that gives a great advantage because, again, your closing costs are rolled in. You're not rolling your closing costs into your VA loan. You're not. You're not. The interest rates are maybe a little bit cheaper than the VA loans, especially if you're in a direct loan opposed to the guaranteed loan program. Again, the long term for the direct program can be 33 to 38 years. For the guaranteed, just like the normal FHA program, it's 30 years. There is some downside to the USDA. For instance, if you're getting some equity in a property and you want to refinance it and still keep your USDA loan, the only way you're entitled to do that is if you're using all the money to put back into the property or make repairs. That's the only downside. Other than that, I can't tell you why we're not using it more. The website is a government website. Simply just go in and plug in your address and see if it qualifies. If I was a homeowner today, especially since I know we have Baltimore County, we have Anne Arundel, we have Bowie, Maryland, we have some areas that are right local to us within a 20-minute drive that are eligible for this program. So I urge you, if you're in a homeownership market, to take a look at some of these houses. They're townhouses, they can be manufactured, they can be condos. There's no restriction. And even you can have a house built with a USDA loan from the ground up. So picture that. They're trying to use some land in the area. I want to build me a house, USDA. So there's no, especially for a new build. Let's think about that. A new build with 100% financing and the closing costs rolled in. I don't know anything that's better than that.
Can I add something in there? I think in regards to what rural area may mean and for the USDA product.
Sure. I'm gonna I sent it to you. I'm gonna try to pull it up on my phone. Give me 1 second, because there was a house and I was really surprised. The address is, what is it? Let me just go to the website. The website I'm going to is trovit.com. Okay. Trovit.com. And I'm just gonna, for the sake of time, Google USDA Maryland properties for sale now.
While you're doing that, what I was going to share was that many people don't know when you're talking about rural area and you're talking about this USDA eligibility, a town with a population of 2,500 people or less is an area that would actually be eligible.
Well, not just that. That's just one of the criteria. Now, some areas can be as much as 50,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 criteria. The first one is the 2,500, that's part. Then it goes to an area outside of city limits that can be 10 to 49,000 people. So it's really, this is one of the programs that you really have to put the address in order to see if it qualifies today, because there's 3 different criteria.
Yep.
Let's see. Only because I wanted to. It's only because I wanted Marcel and I want to phone with you. I had it up there looking at it today. I said, let me send him this, because this is, okay, I'm going to give you some addresses. And again, I am on the Trovit, TROVIT website. The first one is 21639 Greensboro, and that's in Carroll County. It's a 2-bedroom, 155,000. We got a 4-bedroom at 2067 Anacock. That's in PG County. 4-bedroom, single family, 250,000. We have another 3-bedroom townhouse with a full garage. Anacock, 457,000. We have Upper Marlboro, 6703 Green Grove Place, Upper Marlboro, 749,000. Again, you're getting 100% financing. 5211 Bethlehem Road in Preston, Maryland. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, single family, car garage, 279. See how these prices are really not anything to scare you. We have a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, 2,400 square feet in Baltimore County. As I did say Baltimore. I did say Baltimore County, 5018 Fry Road, Reisterstown, Maryland. Reisterstown. If you look at this house, yeah, I'm not techie. Let me see if I can. Y'all can't see that. Y'all can, yeah, y'all can. I know y'all can't see it. But it is a nice single family home. It's well manicured. There's a lot of, and I'm looking on, it's in a cul-de-sac. The house is gorgeous. And all that is to say, if you're not out here and you don't take the time before you buy to look and see what you can buy for less money out of pocket, where you know your value is going to increase in time. That's one of the great things about homeownership. When you buy in the right area, it's like putting money in the bank and never having to worry about it, because you're buying in an area that people are going to want to live in. The longer you live in it, the more invisible money that you're going to gain. That money you can utilize for your children, for your future. That money you can utilize to buy another investment property. That money you can live off to make your life better than what it is. When you're out there and you're steady paying rent, 100% of everything that you're kicking out every month, 100% is just like opening up the window and throwing the money out. You're getting zero return for it. It has no way to come back. Whether you use a USDA loan, a FHA loan, a conventional loan, or a DSCR loan, one thing for sure, you need a place to live. You need a place to live. Why not have the place that you live at make some money for you? Because that's what happens when you buy a house. You also get the great benefits of some tax deductions. You get to write off any portion of your home that you use for business. A lot of us are working from home 3 days a week now. Some of us 5 days a week. You get that write that off. Any energy efficient products that you do, windows, doors, appliances, air conditioners, guess what? You get to write that off. You get to write it off, making the home that you want more beautiful. I cannot tell you how many times today, and I'm watching the news and I'm watching the whole economy, everybody thinks the ceiling is going to crack. But if you're living in Maryland right now, you know inventory is tight. Inventory is tight. We have more people who want to buy houses than we have houses. That means that most people are charging more for their house. That's not going to change anymore. It's not changing simply because we have more people who want to buy houses than we have houses available. And I'm saying that to say, if you think you're making a wise decision by sitting on the fence, saying, I'm going to wait till the interest rates drop. Well, think about this, $1,000 a month, and we're talking a studio. We're not even talking a 1-bedroom. $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. 2 years, that's $24,000. 3 years, that's $36,000. How much money are you going to continue to give away? I understand. Real estate is a secular business. In 800 feet, turn left onto Iron Horse. I'm sorry, guys. It's a secular business. So that means its interest rates, they're up right now. They're going to go back down. But while they're up, guess what you're doing? You're building wealth. You're building wealth, securing a tax write-off, securing a home for your future. You are wealth building. I cannot say it enough. You're waiting, saying, oh, I'm going to wait till the interest rates go down. All that money you're losing out of pocket by paying rent. You're getting zero for it. I'm not saying I've been a renting, and I was pretty comfortable because you can get comfortable renting. But at some time, you have to look at what legacy do you want to leave? What legacy do you want to live? What do you want your children to say about you? They see you're going to work hard every day, working. And you're coming home to people over top of you, people on each side of you. And one thing you can count on, your rent going to increase. Your rent is not going to stay the same, especially in this climate. The landlords are wanting more for rent than people are paying for mortgage. And I can tell you, there is a friend of mine right in the Avalon townhouses right off of Wrightstown in McDonough. 3-bedroom, $3,400 a month. That does not include gas and electrical water. Guess what? They only have 2 vacancies right now. Somebody is paying this rent, and a lot of them look just like us. There's a whole lot of things that we can say. But one thing that I will say to each and every one of you, because I've been there, I thought I was doing so good. Man, I was fine. I had my little pool. I had my little house that I can entertain my guests with. I had the big TV screen and a pool table in the clubhouse. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But guess what? It wasn't mine. It was temporarily loaned to me. And I paid the cost. I missed out on so many years of gaining financial wealth, equity, invisible money because I was comfortable. So I want to disrupt your thinking. I want you to look at your children or look at your husband or look at your mom and say, do I deserve more? Because I want it for you. And I want you to see that there's no tricks here. The truth is, you are your family legacy. It's what you're going to do now at this time. Because the wait, what are you waiting for? We have no time in this climate to say, I'm going to keep waiting. We have been held down and held back and been told that we can or we couldn't. You have 2 professionals here. He says in his lane, he's the real estate guy. He will find you that house. I am an all financial mortgage representative. Not only will I find you a house, if you come to me and your credit score is low, I can guarantee you that within 60 days, 60, not 6 months. When I say low, I don't mean 480. Let's say you like 520, okay? I want to get that clarified. I ain't talking about people who really like, my credit score is 440, Deshelle. No, that's going to take maybe 6 to 8 months. But people who are really, really just made some mistakes, or what I'm finding is they don't understand how this credit game is played, because it's a game. See, a lot of us think when we get a credit card, or we get several. Let me name them, the ones that everybody got: Target, Walmart, Macy's, Home Loans, Home Goods. We love all those credit cards. But here's where we get comfortable. When you use credit, it's important that you understand that it's a loan. It's other people's money, and they're not giving it to you for free. So if they say, here's a $40,000 credit card, or even if they say it's a $500 a month credit card, and you use the whole 500, then that's really reflective of saying that maybe you don't understand how credit works. So credit works like this in this environment. If you get $1,000 credit card, you're only supposed to use 8%. I know you was like, why not? I got it. Is that right? You're trying to me I can't use them more than $80? Yes. So how you leverage that game out, and this is important. Number one, if you see yourself in a position where you're maximizing your credit, or you're using over 50% of your credit limit, here's immediately what you should do. Contact the credit grantor and say, I need a credit line increase. You know what that's going to do? That's going to, hopefully they grant it to you, but we're going to talk about if they don't. If they grant it to you, then it shows your utilage is coming down, meaning you're not maximizing or using over the 8%. In some cases, you may need to do this. You may need to get some new credit cards because it's about juggling, doing a balancing act. So if you know you need to spend, I don't know, $5,000, $6,000, maybe you got a business going a month, use that over several credit cards. Do not, and I say this, and I need you to understand, guys, how credit works. They want to see how you use the card. If you're using one or two cards and you're maxing them out, that's bad. It's bad because it's showing that you don't understand how to play the game. And I want you to play the game to win. You need at least, everybody that's on this call, that's listening to this, get yourself at least 4 credit cards, maybe even 5. What you're going to do is you're going to sit down with yourself, because you got to be honest with yourself and see how much you're actually spending on credit. And then you divide that over the 5 cards. Do not put everything on one card. Just don't do it. Or 2 cards. Don't do it. Because what it's about, utilization, your capacity. And real simply, it's the amount of credit line that the lender, because credit cards are lenders, has provided you, divided by how much you use. That's the second largest part of how your credit score is calculated. The first part is your payment history. So it's very important that you understand that no matter if you have a 640 credit score or you have a 720 credit score, your credit score can always increase. Another mistake that we're making, and I say we, because again, we don't know how to play the credit game, is a lot of people don't understand that when you're using credit, they're looking at what I say the first part. The first major thing is your payments on your credit history over time. Your payments on your credit cards over time. A lot of people are getting offers, and I know I get quite a few of them, that says transfer your balance. Transfer your balance will pay you 0% for 24 months. That's a great notion when you think about it, but how does that impact your credit score? Because now you done took an account that you may have had for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and you made it a 0 balance. So what's the first thing I told you about credit? How long have you had that payment history? So consolidating your credit cards is not always a good idea, especially when we're making a mistake, and many of us are closing accounts out that we transfer those balances from. Using credit responsibly if you want your credit score to rise, and I'm giving it away tonight, here's what you do. You have to keep a running balance on your credit card. Don't pay it off. Never pay off the credit card. You can keep it to a minimum payment, but don't pay it off. You know why? Utilization. They're looking at to see if you can pay it. Because here's what happens. Let's say you got $1,000 credit card, and you're like, I don't want to pay any interest on it. I'm going to pay the whole thing off at the end of the month. Well, it doesn't get a chance to report. It doesn't. It shows that your credit line is essentially hasn't been touched. In order for people to give you more money, if you want more money, more credit, they got to see you know how to use it. I don't care if you go and buy a candy bar. I don't care if you go and buy some bread. But you got to keep a balance. You got to keep all your credit cards actively in usage in order to increase your credit score. Because what you don't realize that if you go without using your credit card from anywhere from 4 to 6 months, some credit card companies have even a shorter time period, like 60 days. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to close your account. They're going to close it.
Question for you. Would you advise that when you're speaking about these people who don't want to use their credit cards, they go get the multiple credit cards, should they actually think about paying their bills with those credit cards and then pay the bills?
Exactly. Here's another thing, and I'm going to keep it intact because my thing is numbers and finance. I'm a graduate of the University of Baltimore. My degree is in finance. A lot of us, including me, I was a victim. I'm guilty. I have a debit card. I have credit cards, but I have a debit card. So for most of my day-to-day purchases, I was using my debit card. Do you know that you're never, ever supposed to use your debit card for purchases? And let me explain to you why. Most recently, Bank of America, last Friday, they were hacked. A lot of people, and I know some personally, woke up with $0 in their account, in their checking account. When you use a debit card, it is up and at the discretion of the bank to reimburse you your money. If you ever charge anything on a credit card, it's not up to them. It's automatically disputed. They don't get to say, we get to think about it. Because that's one of the reasons, one of the protections you have with Visa that says 100% fraud free. So it's important that we understand how to use our credit. And yes, use your credit cards, use all of them every month so that you can show you're responsible. Because there's a way, and I'm going to flip this to real estate, Mr. Kendall. There is a way that if you use your credit cards properly, I call them the next level cards. The next level cards, Navy Federal, Capital One, Discover, where if you can show, and again, your credit report speaks volumes, that you understand how to utilize your credit cards. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that you can get a $40,000 credit card. You can get an Apple credit card for $20,000. You can get a Discover credit card for $20,000, 0% for 18 months. What does that sound like? In the real estate world, that's a flip right there. You got enough money on your cards to cash out. I don't know if you know, you can use your credit cards at settlement, have the wire done. to go buy you a house. Flip it. I don't want to get too ahead of some people, but buy you a house, use that credit card at 0%. Now you own the house. The house is yours. You own it. You got 18 months at 0%. You go fix that house up and get a rent in it. Get that joint paid off. Because if anything ever happened, guess what? You came bankrupt, right? But you own a house. Y'all got to get with the game. I'm talking some real estate game right now. A lot of people said, well, how you doing? And a whole lot of people don't even know, Mr. Kendall, how to apply for credit like that. Because there's a trick to it. I know I'm giving up game. I should be paid for this. So here's the thing. All credit cards do not report to the same bureau. They don't. The best credit cards, DCU, the Pentagon, again, Navy Federal, I can't say enough about Navy Federal. They're my favorite. Once they see that you're responsible, guess what they're going to do after 3 months? They're going to offer you another card, some more money. But again, it's about being responsible. We got to understand how to play this credit game. So I don't care where your score is right now. You could call me and say, Giselle, my score is 520. I don't even need to see your credit report. You can just read to me what's on there. And I can advise you what to do to get you into a better position so that you can not only buy a house, but hopefully become an investor and buy some investment property. So the whole goal, and it's like right now, with interest rates being so high, is using other people's money properly so that you can come up. But see, they're not telling us, because I'm telling you, I'm in the real world. So when people say, oh, Giselle, no, I can use 35% of my credit card. I said, that's old. You need to get with the people who keep their ears to the ground, like me and myself. So we got our ears, we in the heart of things, we're in the thick of it. We know what's going on in this world. They don't want you, why would they tell you? Why would they tell you what I just told you, how to go get what? I've seen it done. I'm a living witness. How you can go get $100,000 real quick with a 720 credit score. They don't want us to know. And when you know it, like this game I'm putting down right here, people are paying $5,000, $10,000 to sit in the room so somebody can give it to them. You got people in our community right here. This gentleman, Mr. Kendall, and myself. We do it because we want you guys to prosper. We want you guys to become homeowners. We want you guys to become investors. We want you to be able to take care of your children, your mama. We want you to be able to, for her to have a comfortable life and say, I am so proud of my son and daughter. Look at them. That's what we want. We want you to win.
And here's the added real quick to everything you're saying. The landlord where you pay your rent probably has been paying 7 to 9% in interest rate for a very long time. You can tell them about that.
Okay. Let me explain something to you guys. If you have a landlord and he's charging you, let's say he's charging you $3,200, and you look and see he had that property for 15, 20 years. Let's say he bought it in 1999. Let's say he bought it in 2003. Let's say he bought it in 2004 to 6. Do you guys realize the interest rates were right where they are right now? You may not look it up. Interest rates were as high as they are right now. He may have never refinanced it. But guess what? He's making his money off of you, because guess what he's charging you? 3 to 4 times the amount that he's paying in the mortgage. You're making that man rich. He's loving you. He's saying, please don't move. Oh, you can stay here forever. I'm just going to increase your rent by a couple $100. You're making him or her or them rich. They want to keep you in bondage. See, rent is a bondage. It's just like being shackled. You don't realize it. They're invisible chains. They're the chains that have been passed down from generation to generation to keep us from owning land, to keep us from owning property. If I can do it, and I'm a single mother, you guys don't understand. I raised 6 kids, and I still have kids that I'm raising now, from 2 to 32. If I can do it, and I didn't believe I could, I was so lost. I was so comfortable paying rent. I was comfortable. Like I said, I had it. I had the clubhouse and the pool table. That was good. It wasn't mine. I didn't even think I could do it. I just took one leap of faith, just one step, one step. And that's what I'm asking you here to do tonight. Take one step. Give Mr. Kendall a call. Give me a call. If you take the step and you are faithful, we will work like we're working for ourselves, hard and long. The whole time we're going to encourage you. We're going to give you great information because we want you to keep winning. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Like I said, I've been there. I know what it's like to pay somebody. I know what it's like to struggle and don't think you can do it. You get with the right people and surround yourself around people who want you to win. There's only one thing that's going to happen. You're going to win. You're going to win.
Tell the people how they can reach you.
I'm with All Financial Services right in Owens Mills, and you can reach me at 443-929-7772. And I want to let you know it's okay to be scared. That's natural. But the same way you went to sleep praying to God, you wake up, it's the same way we're going to walk you through getting that house and the keys.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, folks, once again, wealth of knowledge. Please reach out and get the information you need. And you offer some of those courses on credit, or what do you do on credit that can help folks out?
Well, I'm a one-on-one person. I can do credit group classes, but I think credit is so private. I wouldn't want anybody discussing my personal business with anybody else. So I actually will hold your hand and walk you through, and we'll map out the plan. We'll set goal lines and deadlines. We'll make sure that everything is aligned. Did we have our target? Did we have dates? Did we have our action steps? And we know exactly when. By this time, you should be able to purchase a house without a doubt. Only thing you have to be willing to do is do the work, because I don't fix people credit. I educate people to how to fix their credit. I pass it forward. Because when somebody fixes your credit, this is what happens. And y'all know somebody this happened to. They paid somebody a couple grand, $2,000, got their credit fixed. 3 years later, guess what? They need their credit fixed again. What I've shared with you tonight about how to use credit, how to maximize credit, how to make sure you win, that's what I do. I'm not fixing your credit. You're going to do some work. You're going to accept the responsibility. And that means getting real. Because, see, the dream of homeownership is just a dream if you're not willing to do the work. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cherry walk. But again, connect yourself with Mr. Kendall or myself, and you will get there. You will get there. Let's talk a little bit. We got 8 more minutes. Let's talk about some investments out there that's going on right now, the DSCR program.
Okay.
If you own a house already, or let's say you don't own a house, but all the time you're thinking, oh, you know what? I want to be a landlord. I want to be like those people who are collecting 3 or 4 times the mortgage payment. I want to get me some property. There's a new program. It's not really new. It's similar to no income, no assets. No income. Y'all remember those days, those of us who've been around a little bit? No income, no assets. Minimum credit score 640. 85% financing. The only thing that has to happen is the house that you buy or multi-unit that you buy, the rent, insurance, and taxes that you're going to charge has to be higher than the mortgage payment. That's it. Believe it or not, that's it. The rent that you're charging has to be more than the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. It's a sure thing. 85%. Now, here's the good thing I love about this program is no mortgage insurance. Not to mention, you don't need to provide any income documents. You just have to have proof of funds for closing. I'm saying some of y'all sitting around with these 640 credit scores, you got a little bit of money in your 401k, flip it. Make the money work for you. Because that money sitting in your 401k, if you have one right now, again, I'm a numbers person. Look at your statement. You will see you're losing money. If you got a 401k right now, let me say this, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just, I'm giving my advice. I suggest that if you have any money in your 401k or your retirement program, or even your IRA, this is a great time to pull that money out, use it to buy property, invest it, become a homeowner or an investor to allow your money to make some money for you. Because if you keep it the way it is, guess what? You're going to keep losing. And you're going to say you heard directly from me. And I'm going to tell you something. When you hang up, when you get off the Zoom, or when you watch the Zoom, go pull out your statement. Go look, do the research for yourself. Look at your retirement plan. Look at your government workers. Look at your thrift saving plan. See how much money you're losing. Isn't it better for you to take the money you have right now and have it make some money for you? What better way than real estate? I don't know no better way. Something that's not risky, where you're not going to lose, where you're going to win every time. We got to play it smart. We can't sit around. When the stock market crashed, what's that? I don't know what year it was when the market crashed. What do you think those older people ended up working at Walmart? They lost their money. They wasn't watching the money. Watch your money. I don't want another person coming to me and say, oh, I'm not worried about it. My job takes care of that. Is that your job responsibility to make sure you make money? They're just there to get the hours of work of you. They don't care nothing about you, to tell you the truth. You got to watch your money, and you have to have enough discernment, wisdom. And I'm sharing it with you. Get into this real estate because it's a winner. Buy a house. Become an investor. No down loans, FHA, down payment assistance programs are out here readily available. What's in your way? Let's get to the core of it. What's in your way? If you give us a chance, and you'll change your mindset, we're going to change your destiny. We're going to take you to a brighter future. And you're going to be able to look back and say, they believed in me. They wanted the best for me. They held my hand and they made it happen. We're ready. We're just waiting on you.
I want to say this, that Mrs. Setzer and myself are not financial advisors, and we everything that we say we believe to be true is not guaranteed, only because it depends on exactly what steps you take and doing any of these things, whether it's fixing your credit or any investment strategies. But most definitely, we believe in real estate. And I mean, I have folks within the last couple of years who I've helped get into properties, and with little to no money down, or even that 15 or 20% had started out with $80,000 to $100,000 worth of equity. That's what you call wealth building.
Yes.
And Ms. Sessa, again, I wanna you're always a wealth of knowledge, and I know the folks when they see. They love hearing you, because when I break these segments up and I put them out on the social media, I don't know if you saw, but we every time you speak, we get over 1,000 views.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So,
I'm new. I gotta get my kids to bring me up to that social media
yeah,
speed.
we gotta get you to where, because if it's on your page and etc., it probably will get a little heavier than that. But yeah, every time I post, normally it's a minimum 500,000 is probably most of them, and because of the wealth of knowledge and your passion for sharing the knowledge and wanting folks to be better. Especially our folks. I know you're very, very into the Black folks and wanting to empower them and make sure that they have a real good piece of the opportunity that's out there. One of the things that a lot of Black and African Americans really miss is that they think we're still in the crunch when there's a big wealth of opportunity out there. The door is open, folks.
Right. And let's
Door
get
is
it.
open.
Let's
So-
get it. You can win it. Let's get it.
So thank you again so much for taking the time out on this evening to share your wealth of knowledge. And we'll be sure to have you back soon. And also we'll probably try to put something together with you and do a home buyer seminar, and maybe try to do it like once a quarter, or at least once a year. And let's share the knowledge with the people, and let's stay on top helping folks. And again, thanks again, everyone, for
Thank you.
checking in and spending the time with us. This is another Hump Day Real Estate Kendall in the DMV, and we're signing off, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.